Giving you story after story, everything is true. Some things are kinda scary, so what you gon' do? Cause that's another tale from the Sipp. That's another tale from the Sipp. Sometimes we spit scripture, line upon line, not discussing wickedness, but what is divine. And
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Tales from the Sipp, episode 56. Yes, sir. My father's dream. Yeah. This one I had been pondering this for a long time, and it just came back to me about a dream that my father had, and later on, I had the same dream. And when me and him was talking one day, talked about it. That is. So, yes, sir. In my Jamel Trump brother voice. Let's talk about it. Now, so now let's get into it. Now, one day I was sitting there talking to my father. Now, let me bring some things into clarity. My father died in 2017. So this conversation that we had probably was around 2015, 2000. I'm almost maybe around 2013, 2012, something like that. Anyway, it was a long time ago. Yeah, but not too long ago. Now, he was telling me about the time he had this dream. He had a lot of dreams he was telling me about. But this specific dream, I had the same dream, but it happened in a different manner, happened in a different way, the outcome of it. So he was telling me one day, we were sitting on the porch, sitting there talking, you know what I'm saying? Like my daddy, like I said, me and him look just alike. We got the same voice, everything. He just maybe like 2 or 3 inches taller than me. My daddy he was like 6'2". I'm like 5'11". You know what I'm saying? But he was telling me, he said, man, I was dreaming, you know what I'm saying? I was going I was going over a river, and the river, it had all these white people there, and they had on suits, ties, they were dressed up real nice, so these were people that probably had money and everything. And then he said, he was sitting up there, he was walking over the river, like walking on water. So these people were sinking down in the water, and they was like, help me, save me, save me. It was all white people now. They all dressed in suits, got money, and whatever. So he said he reached down and grabbed one white dude's hand and tried to pull him up and help him up out of the water. He was sinking, but my father was walking on the water. Yeah. He said then he heard a voice say, you can't help them. Let them go. So he said he let the person's hand go, and then he started sinking. He said it was thousands of them that were sinking down into that water, to that lake or whatever it was. And the voice told him, you can't help them. Don't even try. Let his hand go. So my father said he felt bad about doing it, but he went ahead and let the dude's hand go. And then the dude started sinking in there. You know what I'm saying? Now, at the same time he was telling his dream to me, I had a dream also, probably not more than it may be a few months before he told me about it. I had the same kind of dream, but now my dream got more vivid. So maybe his was the same kind of likeness, but he didn't explain everything in it. You know what I'm saying? So, tell you my dream. When he was telling me the dream, I had a dream that it was total darkness. And I seen a lake, but it was like electricity was coming up through it. You know what I'm saying? Like electricity was coming up through the water. And the water was kind of dark. And I was walking on the water. I was walking on the water. And while I was walking on the water, I didn't see any. I didn't see any people in the water, but it was similar to it. What he was talking about. It's like the lightning was going up through the water. It was something serious. And then I looked. I said, "Man, I'm finna sink, man. I'm in this water." But I looked up and across that lake, across that body of water, and it was a man standing up on a hill. And he had his hands open like this, and he said, "Come over here." He said, "Come on over here." I'm like, "Hey, I don't see no boat. I don't see nothing like this." So I put my foot down on the water, and I'm telling you, it was electricity running through this water. And it was dark. It was dark down there. But he said, "Come on. It was all you need is faith." So stepped on the water. I didn't sink. My foot wasn't sinking. Nothing. It's like it was solid matter, not. You know how Jello is, but it wasn't. It was like solid though. Like if you stepped on some Jello, it ain't sticky on your feet. You know what I'm saying? But it was like solid because I believed that I could walk across it. And he said, "Come on." So I walked across the water. I got to the other side. I was thinking I was gonna sink, but I didn't. I walked on over, and but when I got on over to the end, of the body of water, and then that same man, one I always see in my dreams, black dude, old black dude, man, got like light coming out his eyes and all that. To you, that's this sound crazy too. I mean, whatever. But I'm just telling you, he had woolly hair, an afro, a woolly afro. So he reached down, he grabbed my hand, he pulled me up. I was immediately in number light. I was immediately with number light. Then that the darkness had disappeared. Me walking in the water, on top of the water. So when I get to the other side, then I see a table spread out. Wasn't no table like I like you normally see. It was thousands and thousands of people sitting down to get ready to eat. And the funny part about it, I seen one of my brothers there. I seen a couple people I knew, but it was people in couple people from different nations there. So, but yeah, I had that dream, and then we getting ready to sit down and eat. You know, like it was a celebration. Everything was white. My clothes even changed. I had a white robe on then. Now, it seemed kind of funny the way the situation happened because my dad was looking down at the water. Why he was telling me I can imagine it. Because I had a similar dream to what he was talking about. But you know what? I think I seen people under the water, but they couldn't reach up out of it. As a matter of fact, it was. It was people under that water, that electricity coming up through the water, like lightning or whatever. But they couldn't reach toward it. But in his dream, the people, somebody was able to reach up out the water and he was able to grab their hand and start pulling them out. But he said the man he heard a voice say, "You can't help them. Let them go." I don't know about them wearing suits and all this and that. I didn't see that part. They might have had them on, but I'm just that that wasn't the focus of what I was looking at. But that was a dream that I had, and my father had too. It was similar to what he was talking about, but a little bit different. But it was the same dream. And we were sitting there talking about it. Strange, man. Tripped out. But, you know, I just wanted to get on here and let you know about that. You know what I'm saying? What do you think about it? Do you think we had the same dream? Did he skip some, skip some vital information about what he said? Or did he have the dream and mine was more, revealing? Mine, it had more information about what was going on. I know what I think about it, but what you think about it? Yes, sir. That's Tales from the Sipp, episode 56. Be on the lookout for episode 57. Yeah, episode 56. My father's dream. It's really a similar dream that me and my father had. But until next time, this is Hondo Day signing out. Peace out. Yes, sir.
That's another tale from the Sipp. That's another tale from the Sipp. Sometimes your boy may go way back in the day, talk about experiences and the games that he played. And that's another tale from the Sipp. That's another tale from the Sipp. Hey.